ERC families and kids. Welcome to Kids Craft Wednesday. So as stated in the post, this craft is for Mother's Day, which is May 10th. So kids, I encourage you to watch this first by yourself, see kind of what you have to do, and then if you need help completing this craft, please look for another family member to help you finish the craft or start it or complete it. There's kind of a few steps, but I'm going to take you through them one by one for an awesome Mother's Day card. So this week and next week will be two different cards, very similar. So if you decide that you love this one, go ahead and do this one. Maybe save next week's for another time. Or if you think this one's too hard or it's not something you're interested in, wait till next week, look at that video, and then you can decide which one to do. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started. For this card, you will need scissors and glue. You'll also need some crayons or colors or markers, whatever you have. And then you'll need a piece of regular white paper and construction paper. If you don't have construction paper, you can use white paper for all of these pieces. You just might have to color them, but you'll see. So I've chosen blue. I'm going to use this for the card. And then I just have one yellow, one pink, and one red. Oh, and green, sorry. So you do need the green, okay? So I have, you don't need these colors. This is gonna be the color of the flower, yellow, pink, and red. So if you know your mom has a favorite color and you wanna use those colors instead, that's great. So before we get started, we're gonna start with the cover of the card. So we're gonna take our white piece of paper and we're gonna fold it in half. And we're going to cut it in half. You'll just need one, so you can put the other one away. And we're going to write, I'm gonna choose black for the words. Oh, God. Okay, so I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to write this to fill up the whole page, and we're writing this phrase. So I'm going to post it here so you can stop and read it. But I'm going to say, if moms were flowers. I want to make this kind of cute, so I'm going to write it in cursive. If you don't have somebody to write it in cursive, you can just write it plainly. So flowers. I'd pick you. Now this is the front of the card, so this can be something that you have somebody help you with, if that kind of scares you to write it large like that. And then what you're gonna do here is you're just gonna decorate it with lots of flowers. So I'm gonna decorate mine. You go ahead and pause the video and start decorating yours, and then I'll tell you what to do with this next. Okay, so this is what I decorated mine like. I just made a circle and did some squiggles and a little flower here, here, and here. Let me tell you a secret. Your mom does not want you to make your card look exactly like mine. They want to see your beautiful art. So make sure you're drawing flowers that are yours. Don't get frustrated if yours don't look like mine. Your mom doesn't want to see my flowers. She wants to see your flowers, okay? Now with this, we're going to get our blue piece of paper and we're gonna fold it in half. And we're gonna have it facing as if it was a card that you're opening like this, okay? And we're going to glue our cover right on the front here. So the reason why construction paper is nice is because it's a little bit bigger than white paper, so you're gonna get a nice border here. If you only have white paper and you're using white paper for the card too, just glue it right on top. Make sure the edges are all even and you'll be fine. So let's glue this on the front. Make sure to get the corners and the edges. And we're gonna evenly place it in the middle. Okay. Now when I make cards like this, I like to put this under something heavy so that it stays glued down. So while we move on to our next part, go ahead and put this underneath some books. I have my Bible right here. So I'm just gonna set my Bible on the card upside down so that nothing gets on my Bible, but now it's under a heavy book. So while we do the rest of this, that will dry in place. Okay, so now we're gonna work with our regular construction paper. Let's start with, so the green, you need a green. This is gonna be for the stem and for the leaves. So we're gonna set that aside because we don't need that right now. You can choose which one of these you want to work with. I'm going to start with red. Okay. And we're going to make like an accordion. So you know how the paper that is all up and down, that's how we're going to fold this. So to give us some guidelines, we're going to fold it in half, kind of like we did with our card. And leaving it folded, we're going to fold it in half again. So take this fold and bring it to this edge like that, and we're going to do it one more time. So take this and bring it here. So this is our guide for how we're going to fold. These aren't the exact folds, but let me show you again. So we had our whole piece of paper. I folded it in half once. I'm going to fold this in half, so bring this side over, and then I folded it in half again. Go ahead and open it up, and we've been working like this. Now we're going to turn our paper up and down like this. So we're going to start from the one side, and we're going to fold each of these strips or folds that you see. You see how this is a fold. We're gonna make a fold in half. So you're gonna take this edge and bring it to the first fold that you see. So we took our bottom and we brought it up to the first fold, okay? And now we're gonna turn it over and fold on the line that's already there. Okay, so there's already a fold there, so we're not making a new one. Now we're gonna turn it over and bring this bottom to the next fold. You wanna bring all of the folds that you've done already up together. There, and press down. And guess what we're going to do next? We're going to turn it over, and we already have a fold here, so we're not going to make a new one. We're just going to fold on top of it and press down. Now guess what we're going to do? Turn it over, and we're going to bring the bottom edge to the next fold. And this is a new fold. See how the folds that are there are just guiding us. Now guess what we're going to do? turn it over. And this one's easy, it's already folded, so we're just gonna bring that up. Now guess what we're gonna do? Turn it over and bring our fold to the next fold. Mine's turning out a little crooked. That's okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, turn it over. We're gonna fold on the fold that's already there. Turn it over. Bring the bottom to the next line that's folded already. Turn it over. Fold on the fold that's there. Turn it over. Bring this bottom to the next fold. Turn it over. We're folding on one that's already there, so you kind of can see the pattern. Turn it over. Make a new fold. Turn it over. Fold on the fold that's already there. Turn it over and make a new fold. Okay, so you should have a piece of paper that looks like this. Go ahead, I'm gonna pause the video, but I want you to continue, do this same thing for your next 2 pieces of paper, okay, next 2 colors. So if you want help with me doing this again with these papers, go ahead and rewind it, rewind the video to where I start doing this, follow the same instructions that I showed you for the red piece of paper on your other pieces of paper, okay? I'll see you in a minute. So once you're done folding each paper in the accordion, you're going to choose one color. I'm going to choose red. And you're going to take your scissors and cut this in half. So I'm going to fold it up like this and try to get to the middle. Let's see. There we go. And I'm going to cut in half. Please make sure you have an adult supervising or an older sibling when you're cutting, just so you're safe. Okay, so now we have 2 of these. I'm going to put one aside. And I'm going to take my pink one because I want that color to be next. And I'm going to hold it up next to the one that I just cut, like this. And I'm going to make it a little bit shorter, okay? So I lined them up here at the top. I'm going to show you this way because it's easier. And I'm going to move the pink down so I can see about that much red. And then the edge is where I'm going to cut right here. So I'm going to turn it around here and cut right there. Okay. So now I have 2 of these. Now I'm going to go back to my red. And I'm going to, this is the extra that I cut off. So I'm going to line it up with my pink. And I'm going to make it a little bit shorter, just like that. And then cut here. Put that aside. Now I'm going to take my pink, the extra pink that was left over, and I'm going to measure it up to the red, cut it a little bit shorter, or move it a little bit shorter, and cut it right here. And then I'm going to take the shortest pink, and I'm going to do yellow because I wanted yellow at the bottom. So I'm going to line it up here, make it a little bit shorter, and cut. So by this time you should have 5 pieces, and they should all be shorter than the one before it, okay? So we have big red and then a pink one in the middle, and then another red that's shorter, so they should all be about this size. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to put these in the card. Okay, so we're going to open up our card, and we're gonna use the center fold here. And we need our glue and we need the 5 pieces that we cut. I'm gonna start with the biggest piece. And I'm gonna put glue on one side of, so I have to scrunch it up. I'm gonna put glue on one side of the accordion. That's what I'm gonna call them. And I'm gonna just plop it right on the top with this edge coming to the fold. Just like that. I'm gonna press down and we're gonna let it dry. I can even press down here. I'm gonna let that dry. Now we're gonna take our next biggest piece, which was the pink. We're gonna do the same thing. Put glue on one side. We're gonna put it right below the top piece, the longest one. Line the edge up with the fold. And you can leave a little space in between, as I did there. Press. You can let it go and find the bottom fold and then just press on there. The same thing, so glue on one side. Gonna line up the edge with the fold and put it right below the pink. Leaving a little bit of space, that's how much space I'm leaving. Press. Can let it go. Let's press the bottom here. And I'm gonna take my next one, bring it all together, put glue on one side. Press down. And there we go. Okay, this next part is going to be a little tricky, but we can do it. We're going to try to put all of these accordions down. So you might need somebody else to help you. There we go. Like this. And you can see when they're all down how we made them be all different sizes. See how it goes like that? Okay, now the tricky part here is going to be, we're gonna glue the tops of all of them. You might get your hands a little gooey. That's okay. One there, some here, the next, and the last. If they kind of get out of hand, that's okay. We can, just bring them back. Might get glue on your hands. Once they're all down, we're just gonna close the card. Okay, so here we go. All down. We're gonna close the card on top of the folds. Okay. Now we really need to put something heavy on this, so I'm going to take my Bible again. I'm going to turn it upside down and put that on top. While we let it dry, we're going to take our green paper and we're going to just cut a stem. So I'm just going to kind of cut from the corner a squiggly line like that, and then again follow it. And that's going to be our stem. And I'm going to cut 2 leaves. There we go. Okay, now we're going to check our card. So this is the front, and I want to show you what it's going to look like when we open it. Your mom's going to love it. Look at that. We just made a flower, a pop-up flower card. Ah! Okay, so mine's not dry, so we're going to let it dry some more. We're going to let it dry for a minute. Okay, now that I have my stem and my leaves, we're going to take our card. Look at that. So pretty. If you're finding that yours is not sticking, I'd encourage you to go in to the folds and tape it down if you need to. It looks like some of mine got double stuck, but that's okay. It still is beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to add our stem and our leaves. So stem, we're just gonna glue this little guy. In here at the base. Mine's gonna come off of this side here, like that. And now I'm going to add my leaves. There we go. Mine is gonna kind of go in the fold, so I'm gonna glue it down as best as I can and then refold my card. Okay, and the last step is to personalize it. So grab your marker or a pen, and inside on one side, I'm gonna choose this side here. I'm gonna write Happy Mother's Day. If you want to, it would be great if you can write on this side a little personal message, like why you love your mom or what she does that you love about her. But other than that, I think this will be a great gift for your mom. I think she'll be really surprised at all the work you put into it. And there you go. We're all set. Make sure you hide this in a place so she doesn't see it until Mother's Day, and then when it's Mother's Day, gift her this beautiful card. We'll be back next week with a different type of card, same flower idea but with different materials. Can't wait to see them. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.